The agricultural reforms of 2020, which are the subject of the recent protest, are not in fact for reforming agriculture. Hello everyone, welcome to RightViews. I am Rahul. Today we'll be discussing what is the real intent behind the agricultural reform of 2020. Agriculture reform has been one of my focus areas for a very long time. In 2017, I wrote a detailed research paper titled A Solution to Farmer Suicides and Loan Waivers, and in that I proposed a solution called the Smart Agriculture Management System, which aims to bring the market forces into the agricultural economy. Many of the reforms that I had expected were tying into that agricultural management system, which I called SAMS. So when the recent reforms took place, I was very happy and I went through the details of the acts, all three of them, to understand that they are fairly in favor of the farmers. I have my own reservations about certain clauses and certain procedural aspects, which I will discuss in a later video. But today, I want to highlight one fact. I want to make it emphatically clear that the reform is definitely in the interest of the farmer. However, that is not the sole objective of that reform. The other objective of that reform is where all the problem is concentrated. The side effect of the agricultural reform, or some may call it main effect, is to scuttle the financing of the opposition parties. To understand the real pain point of these reforms, we have to look away from agriculture and into politics. You will not be surprised to note that most of these middlemen are actually cash rich. They also exercise control over the cooperative banks which give loans to the farmers. They also exercise control over the cooperative stores, or they have connections with the government officers who release the seed, fertilizer and all such necessary supplies to the farmer. They also own the means of production, including tractors and diggers and power tillers, high capacity pumps and even borewell rigs. These people are the financiers of opposition parties. Many of the political parties have had wide variety of funding sources. Some was included from rerouting the black money which was collected through corruption and rerouting it through overseas operations. Other means of financing were through illegally printed Indian currency notes which were smuggled into the country by overseas operators. These two financing routes have been stopped. Yet there is another route which still operates, and it is through these middlemen that financing for many of these parties goes through. The members of many of the political parties are connected with this middlemen, with the controlling body of the cooperative banks and the government officers and the cooperative agricultural societies which control the stores. They are either related or they are in nexus with these people. And this is the way they create a substantial amount of unaccounted money which is used to finance elections. With passing of these three bills, this avenue for financing of elections will go away. As it is, some opposition parties are finding it difficult to even fund normal day-to-day operations. With this, their whole existence, their entire existence will be at stake. And the proliferation of all these small political parties that we see, which are unviable without these illegal funding means, will go away. In 2010, I have written a book called Subverting Capitalism and Democracy, in which I have highlighted this very specific issue in terms of election financing. And these bills are not only creating agricultural reform, but they are cutting off all illegitimate or the remaining illegitimate sources of funding for political operators. This, to me, is the main objective of this reform. Doesn't that explain the behavior of political parties in going against these reforms, these very reforms which they promised in their manifestos. That's the real reason. And you heard it here. Thank you for listening. Do like this video and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and encourage others to subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, also on Parler, and join us for a longer discussion on our podcast. The links are appearing on the screen and they are also in the description below. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.